Hey, hello, what's up, guys? Yes, it's me again. I came back to my YouTube video, and then yes, today I want to talk about something. And then one thing that I want to talk about today that I've been on that several occasions that I told you guys about that I'm having a hard time to come up with something to talk about every day because I'm basically I'm posting these videos in every day, right? So I have to come up with something, some kind of topic that I could talk about in my video. And then yes, that I told you guys about that I'm having difficulties, right? And then I've been thinking about it and how I could always come up with something to talk about. And then yes, then I came up with something, like one of the idea that I know that how I could keep come up with that idea of what I'm going to talk about in my videos. And then yes, I just finally decided. So from now on, at least for a while, I'm going to talk about my experiences I had on the job that using English skills. And then yes, so I thought maybe it might be interesting for some of you guys, and also that there's another reason that I decided to do this. In my 20s and 30s, more than 13 years, I was working in that trading business field. And then yes, I was in the 20 and the 30s, and then my kids were still small, right? And then because of that the nature of my my job, I was often away from our home, and then very often I was even out of the country. And then that means that I wasn't there when my kids need me most, right? So that's something I regret. And then I think that my kids, because they are so small, I actually they don't understand or they don't know what I was doing and what kind of thing that I was going through during that time. So I thought that maybe if I leave videos in my YouTube channel, that maybe in the future they could look watch my videos, and then they could know that and what kind of things I was going through during those times. So I think that is the kind of reason that I decided to make a series of videos that explain about my experiences I had during I'm doing working in that trading company. So yes, so that's yes, that's something that I decided. So at least for a while I'm gonna kind of try to talk about those kind of stuff, and then I hope that that would also interest some of my viewers. Okay, so yeah, today, yes, one thing that I want to talk about today is as I stated on the title, that and I didn't have time to eat, right? So let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, so usually when I was in a business trip, I was going to that another country, I was visiting our suppliers in that foreign countries, and also that other time that we invite our suppliers, to Japan, right? And then, most of the time, like, when we visiting another country, visiting our suppliers, I would say like maybe maybe 3-4 days to like 1 week, or sometimes like 2 weeks or 4 weeks, like I was in the States, doing that little business meeting and stuff. And then also that when they come over to Japan, our supplier came over to Japan, and then we have they will stay like a week or so, right? And then we have to take care of those guys and stuff. And then usually we have like like a meeting whole day, right? And then after, and then also we have a lunch break, but basically we do the meeting, business meeting whole day. And after that, usually we go out, to have a dinner with, and with our suppliers. So, when we while we are having dinner, and then also most of the time that they start to drinking like a beer or wine and stuff, right? And then when people have some drinks, they suddenly, even that usually people like people who doesn't speak so often, suddenly they become like a talkative, right? So in those occasions also that because basically I'm the only one who speak English, or maybe sometimes there's one another guy, but usually I was alone. I'm the only one who speak English. So especially like when we are inviting our suppliers from overseas, I kind of like I was always making sure that like a dinner time, so that they were having a good time, or they are not left alone or anything. So I was always trying to watching what is going on around me, and also that because they are drinking, they start talking a lot, right? And then also that I need to translate everything, so that everything would be smoothly. And then yes, it's very hard. I mean, whole day, I was translating, everything, whole day. And then after, at the dinner, I have to translate all the way, right? And then, as I said, because, they are drinking, they talk a lot, and then I have to translate a lot. And if I do that, I usually don't have time to eat, even though I'm at the dinner table, and then usually I don't have time to eat, because if I eating, I cannot translate. So those time that during those time, working for the company, and when on the business trip, I usually after everything is over, I just go out alone and have a dinner alone, because whole day doing a translation, very busy, and even at the dinner time, I have to do the translation, whole day. So I usually don't eat, even though we are sitting at the dinner table with other people. I just simply couldn't eat. So yes, as I said, I always going out alone, after everything's over, after everybody go back to their hotel rooms. I just go out alone and having a dinner. So yes, a lot of people think that if once you acquire that for example, I'm Japanese, and most of the people who is watching my YouTube video is Japanese, I guess. But well, anyway, a lot of people, some people might think that if you acquire English skills, language skill, I think they think, some people think that that would make their life easier. But in my case, by acquiring that language skill, my life was harder, instead. And then because yes, it's true that it was real hard for me, but at the same time it was really fun to doing that kind of stuff, and then but only regret was as I said earlier, because I wasn't there when my kids need me most. So yes, that's only regret. But basically, even though it was a hard work, but still I was enjoying it. So on that, I had no regret about that, but yes, only that the kids, they regret. But other than that, it was fun. It was very fun. Working. For that company. When I was younger. Okay, thank you very much for watching my YouTube video again, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.